Okay, here we are on the Singapore boat show. This is 1160 Lite Pali Pali, and this is a tour on the boat. So we'll start with an outside tour and then go on the inside. So what I want to do is just during the tour point out things that are additional to the standard boat. Let's start with this back area here. Obviously cushions are additional, barbecue, but it really makes a really nice area here. This is where you do all of your cooking. Down in the galley area that I'll show you later on, we really only use that for preparation of drinks and salads, etc. But this barbecue is constantly in use when we're at anchor and also when we're sailing. Right now the boat's got the trifold doors up, and you can sort of see the space that's here. It is ginormous. If I sit back here, basically it's 6 meters from where I'm sitting right through to that forward settee bulkhead, so a ton of room. And interesting enough, you don't really feel when you're sitting in the saloon area that you need an additional table outside, because with those forward windows and this massive bulkhead that's open with the trifold doors, sitting inside at that table you also feel like you're outside, but you're under shade, so you're not in the sun and you're covered. You can see above me we've got the full hard top, and this gives very good shade. You really don't need to add a bimini at all to this. This is, as it is pretty good. So, in front of me here we have the composite wheels. These are optional extra, but they really sort of sets off the boat and also takes weight out of the boat. So we'll just go forward. All the hatches are standard hatches, so they're all the same size, so if you wanted to put screens on them you could, and the same with covers, so you don't have different size hatches. You can see the front windows are open on struts. They're gas struts which help you open them. And then walking down the front here, we've got the trampoline area. I mean, for the boat show we put the dinghy at the front here, but obviously the dinghy normally doesn't go there. These tramps, they're about 6 foot across. You can actually lie down here. They're not super big tramps, but the area that is taken up where I guess tramps would be on, say, the Seawind 1000 is a locker space, and in here there's a spinnaker, enough room for a spinnaker. On the other side I actually have the code 0 and the hanked-on jib. This locker here, spare anchor. Then we have, this is the main anchor system and windlass. And then here is your fuel tank. So there's 300 litres of fuel in here, plus additional fuel. There's also got a Honda genset we put in here in this compartment. So all of the petrol is isolated to here, and there are no lines inside the boat. So all the external lines for the petrol fuel going back to the engines at the back are all external. On this model we went for the additional upgrade with the bowsprit. That's an optional extra. The bowsprit itself really powers up the boat, makes a big difference to the way the boat behaves, and allows you to go for those speeds which are a couple knots off wind speed. So definitely recommend the bowsprit on this model. So just something about the boom cover here. It's got very easy access via this step. Just take one step up and you've got full access coverage to here, to the whole of the boom cover. Once again, this model, the additional upgrade are the 2 additional solar panels. The standard boat comes with 2 200 watt, which is 400 watt panels, and then there's another 400 watt being added, so a total of 800 watts. Plenty of room to add more. if you wanted to. So the lights are powered by Hondas. These are electric tilts. It's just a standard Honda engine with the additional longer leg. This works really well, and it's very easy for maintenance, but also if you have problems with the Hondas, they're pretty cheap to replace, and it'll power the boat along at 7 knots comfortably, and because the way they've been offset from the stern in, there is very little cavitation in a seaway. They really work well, and obviously it keeps the boat light. So just looking at the main saloon area here, this is the standard setup that we have. Plenty of room. This table here in front of us also can fold down on a gas strut, which is down here, and that can make a bed. There's enough room up here when we're underway. This is actually where you crash and sleep. So when someone is helming the boat or on watch, we normally have these doors open, and then the other person can actually be sleeping up here, and if there's any issues they can be woken up. This whole boat can be sailed easily single-handed. I actually single-handed the boat coming across here from Nong Sa, and regularly I actually sail the boat single-handed. Two up is obviously better, but the way the control lines are, it's pretty easy. So we're now on the starboard side, coming down to the galley. This is the aft bedroom. This room here, I mean, it's not massive, but you can fit 2 people, but it's a nice single berth at the back. There's plenty of storage under this, because in the deluxe versions that have the diesels, you've got a ton of space now that's been converted because you don't have engines back here. So this whole space under here is quite cavernous, and you can put, right now there's kite surfing equipment. I think there's around 6 kites back there, and a lot of other toys under this bunk. This is all the standard setup. We elected not to go with the oven, which would normally go here. Reason for that is we have the barbecue, and like I said, all the cooking is done outside, even though we've got a galley down below. This is mainly just for making a cup of coffee and for prepping salads. There's a lot to be said about actually having the galley down here on these smaller boats. You can see this galley is huge. You've got good space to wedge yourself in a seaway, but you don't actually feel like you're down below, because that's your view from the galley, and there's plenty of light, plenty of space here. You certainly do not feel cramped, and you don't feel like you're down in the hulls. At any one point in time, I can look straight up. I can even have a conversation with someone that's out helming the cockpit, or someone in the saloon. This area here, this has been this is additional. So this is the twin freezers. These are great for storing all your frozen produce. There's 2 here, and then we've got just a small fridge for drinks, etc., and for salads. And it looks like we're having a few Coronas today. So going from the galley, going forward, this is the second of the main bedrooms, the master suites on the port side. This is an actual queen size bed, and you can easily, even if you're 6'2", you can actually sleep on this bed. There's plenty of room here. Going forward, there's an option, you can actually make this into a toilet shower, wet area. And in this case, we've made it into a laundry area. There's more storage space up here, and there's crash bulkheads forward of that. But we've actually installed the Daewoo Mini, and this works really well. Washing machine forward here. It only weighs 13 kilos and fits nicely in with the styling of the boat, but also the way the boat's set up, it really fits well. Plenty of storage in these boats. There are lockers everywhere. For a cruising couple, there's actually probably more than enough storage that you'd ever need. So we're now going over to the port side. This system is set up with Fusion radio system, and it's Bluetooth, BNG, full plotter, and radar. And for this area in the tropics, this is sort of mandatory. You really need to have radar because of the amount of boats that don't have AIS. So just going aft, this is the bathroom area, quite a big bathroom, and so you have a separate shower and toilet, and then additional storage space. Now there's a ton of stuff in here, right? But basically that's where the old diesels used to go, so now you have more space to free it up. This has a gas hot water system, and I've got to say the gas hot water system on here is the best shower system I've ever had. You can have a half-hour shower, you can have an hour shower, and it's hot water. It's actually better than my apartment shower system. So going forward from the bathroom, more locker space under here. We have a small desk nav area that you can set up and use as a little space here. Control panels. On this boat we've gone for two separate air conditioning systems. This one is 16,000 BTU, this one is 12,000 BTU, so a total of 28,000 BTU aircon, and that's been installed in this locker space here. You don't have to have this, but in the tropics, particularly marinas, you need really aircon. Once you get out on the water and you open the boat up the way that I sort of showed when we first walked in, the trifold doors, you don't need aircon. So really the aircon's really only for in the marina. This is the master suite, and this is beautiful. This is huge. Really a lovely queen size bed. Once again, more locker space. We've got locker space up here as well. Board locker, all my junk. And then you have storage in these bins under here as well. Throughout the boat, this is once again additional, but this is the 240 volt wiring system, and it's run off an inverter, so an inverter charger. So the hatches give plenty of ventilation. You've actually got two hatches here, and with the fans, I've slept many a night out at anchor. With the breeze coming through, and even in the tropics, you don't need aircon to sleep on this boat because of the great through ventilation. But once again, if you've got aircon, it's nice to have that as well when you're somewhere with no wind. So that's a quick tour of the boat.